Everybody's looking for something, the Eurythmics once sang. There seems to be a need in each one of us to find meaning and purpose in our lives. During the time of the first Christmas, people were searching too. The wise men, King Herod, Simeon, and Anna were all searching for something. But did they find it? I wonder how the wise men felt when they finally arrived at their destination after a long journey following the star. What did they expect to find? Did they talk about it on the way there? A king had been prophesied, a great leader, one who had been spoken of so long ago. Did the wise men expect to find him clothed in royal regalia? Did they expect an entourage guarding his door? What did the wise men find when they arrived in Bethlehem? Well, we know what they didn't find. They didn't find riches, the trappings of royalty, or the fineries of wealth and privilege. Jesus was a helpless baby in a manger. He'd been stripped of his heavenly status and reduced to a humble child residing with animals. This was no serene royal scene. There were no goods to consume or belongings to luxuriate in. It was a smelly stable. This was God's way of communicating the values of a different kingdom. A king whose kingdom would not be found in external appearances, but in internal realities. Neither did the wise men find rules or an ideology when they arrived in Bethlehem. They didn't find a list of do's and don'ts to follow, a set of instructions or commands to keep. Jesus wasn't inaugurating a new political system. He would grow up to teach about God's ways, but his kingdom was not primarily about knowledge or morality. He had come to bring a whole new understanding of God. He had come to reveal who God was. What the wise men did find was a person. This is the wonder of Christmas. The wise men's search led them to a God who was personal, an almighty creator who came in a form that we could understand. Spirit became flesh so that we could see before our eyes what God was like. That God is transcendent and powerful, but also very near. Jesus came close. He was willing to travel to where we are, even though we're seeking him. In Christmas, we see that God has already come to seek us. At the end of their search, the wise men worshipped. They didn't just pay a king homage. This king was so much more than that. They bowed down, offered their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and worshipped him. The story of Christmas invites us on the same search. Why are we here? What is our purpose in life? This is the journey we're all invited on. Perhaps a star has risen in the east for you. God has spoken to you or given you some sign of his presence. There's a niggling inside and you know he's calling you to seek him. Those who seek him with all their hearts will find him, the scriptures say. He's the one who has good plans for us, plans for a hope, a future, and a purpose. The journey for God won't lead us to riches, rules, or an ideology, but to a person, one who takes our burdens and sets us free to live with meaning. This is the one who's been searching for us and is ultimately what we're all searching for. Hey, thanks for listening to Everyday God Conversations today. For more on having your own conversation with God, subscribe to our fortnightly updates at godconversations.com, and we look forward to seeing you next time.